Kick-ass facts! Pew, 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 pew! Picture it, New York, 1837. A woman named Mary Toth bit the nose off a man named Amos Addis who tried to kiss her against her will. Toth acted in self-defense, and the court ruled in her favor, declaring that she had the right to protect herself from unwanted advances, and the ruling justified her actions as a necessary measure to protect her dignity and personal space. A 2011 study published in Psychological Science found that men are more likely to be evaluated on their potential, while women are evaluated on their past achievements. The prove it again bias is a term used to describe the expectation that women must demonstrate their competence repeatedly, while men are often given the benefit of the doubt. Research from McKinsey & Company found that women, especially women of color, are often rated as needing to prove their competence more than men, despite having similar experience and qualifications. But that was 2011. Surely we have made progress since then. According to research published in the 2019 Harvard Business Review, men are often perceived as leaders in the making when they show potential for success, even if they haven't delivered results. On the other hand, women are typically expected to demonstrate past accomplishments before being considered for leadership roles. Women's promotions are more likely tied to proven track records, while men are often promoted based on their ability to grow into the role. The Great Flood of 1993 occurred along the Mississippi and Missouri rivers from April to October of that year. This flood is among the most costly and devastating to ever occur in the United States, with 50 dead and $12 to $16 billion in damages in 93 money. In 2023, that was $23 to $30 billion. The flooded area totaled 30,000 square miles and was the worst such U.S. disaster since the Great Mississippi Flood of 1927. As measured by duration, area inundated, persons displaced, crops and property damage, and record river levels. So what happened? James Scott happened. Who's James Scott? James Scott, a 23-year-old Illinois man, was convicted in 1994 for intentionally causing a catastrophe and sentenced to life imprisonment. Scott allegedly removed several sandbags from a levee holding back the water. But why, James? Why would you do such a thing? He wanted to strand his wife on the other side of the river so he could continue partying. Research suggests that female goldfish sometimes exhibit behavior that might seem like they are faking reproductive signals. In some cases, females may engage in mating displays or movements that induce male fish to release sperm, even if the female is not fully ready to reproduce. This could be interpreted as a kind of strategic behavior to get the male to release sperm, even if fertilization doesn't happen, also known as faking it. In 1902, a French company created a deck of playing cards titled Les Femmes du Futur, or Women of the Future. The deck was designed to imagine what women would look like and how they would live in the year 2000. Each card featured an illustration of a woman dressed in an outfit that symbolized a futuristic role or occupation. These imagined women of the future were depicted in scenarios that were meant to be fantastical and highly imaginative, such as women as scientists, lawyers, doctors, aviators. Some images depicted women operating machinery, flying airships, or riding in automobiles. Some cards also reflected more conventional ideas, showing women in domestic or maternal roles, but often with futuristic twists, like wearing technologically advanced clothing or using futuristic household tools. In the 1800s, the length of a mourning period, not like AM, PM, as in mourning, depended on the relationship of the deceased and the gender of the mourner. Parents and children, 1 year. Grandparents, 6 to 9 months. Siblings, 6 months. Friends, 6 months if the mourner inherited something from the deceased. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. Wives mourned their husbands for at least 2.5 years, and husbands mourned their wives 3 to 6 months. A study conducted by the researchers at the University of Southern California found that hurricanes with female names led to more fatalities and damage because people were less likely to take precautions compared to hurricanes with male names. Studies have shown that people tend to perceive female-named hurricanes as less threatening, which can lead to underpreparedness in the face of these storms. A 2012 study published in PNAS, or the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, a highly regarded multidisciplinary scientific journal, found that when identical resumes were presented with male and female names, science faculty rated the male applicant as more competent and offered him a higher starting salary. Last but certainly not least, a study conducted by researchers at the University of Salzburg in Austria 2008 found that men in particular were less likely to trust or follow navigation directions provided by a female-voiced GPS compared to a male-voiced one. They were more likely to trust and follow computer directions from the GPS with a male voice, attributing more competence and authority to male-voiced systems. Bro.